Let's see how you can build a Buildship workflow like the one shown, which will be triggered whenever one of your users or customers sends a message to your WhatsApp business number. But first, let's have a quick demo of what we're going to build. Here's our WhatsApp business phone number, live for anyone to send messages to. We've built this WhatsApp bot to be multimodal, showcasing Buildship's flexibility. This means you can send text, image, and even audio messages and receive either text or image replies. Let's see it in action. First, let's send a traditional text message, and we're going to ask the bot, what is the latest news in sports today? And after a few seconds, you can see here we're getting a familiar text response. Next, let's make it more interesting by uploading an image and asking a question about the image. And you can see that the bot was able to accurately answer our question about the image. Next, let's take it to the next level and ask our bot to generate an image for us. And here you can see we get back an image of a cute dog floating in the sky. Lastly, we're going to send a voice message to our bot. What's a breaking news from today? We get a reply that answers our voice message. As you just saw in action, we're building a workflow to power a multimodal Q&A WhatsApp bot. It uses Perplexity for web search responses, GPT Vision for analyzing uploaded images, and OpenAI's latest image generation model. But you're not locked into any of these. Buildship makes it easy to customize the flow however you like. For instance, you might want to run an LLM on a user message and save the output to a CRM or Google Sheet. With the pre-built nodes that Buildship offers, you can easily adapt the workflow we're going to be building to match your own use case without any limitations. Just one more thing before we start building our WhatsApp bot. For this video, we're going to be making a couple of assumptions. The first one being that you already have a Meta developer account. The second one being that you already have a business app created. The third one being that you've already verified your business on Facebook. The fourth, and probably the most important of all, a registered WhatsApp business phone number. Unlike in our past videos where we show you how to build a WhatsApp bot in test mode, this time around, we want to make sure that the WhatsApp bot we build is in a live environment. This means that anyone with a WhatsApp account will be able to send a message to our WhatsApp bot. That is why it's important for you to have a registered and verified WhatsApp business phone number. Don't worry if you don't have any of this set up already. We're going to be leaving links in the description of this video that will show you how to get all of this done. The main focus of this video is going to be building our WhatsApp bot in Buildship. So let's get started. Here in Buildship, we're going to go to the templates library and we're going to search for WhatsApp. You'll see we have two results here. We're going to be building a multimodal WhatsApp bot. So we're going to go with this option. I'm going to select this and this will clone the template in my project. If you notice in my project Explorer, this actually created two workflows. We have a verification flow and our bot flow. We'll need to start with our verification flow. Whenever a message is sent to our WhatsApp business number, we need to tell Meta to forward those message events to our Buildship workflow. And in order to do that, we need to use this verification flow. This means that we're going to be setting up a webhook in the Meta dashboard. In setting up that webhook, Meta will send a request to our Buildship workflow with a secret code. That secret code will then be used in our token verification node to authorize our Buildship workflow to start subscribing to message events from our WhatsApp business phone number. To get started, we're going to take a look at our REST API call trigger. Here we have a random API path set for us. So we're going to remove this and we're going to enter Buildship WhatsApp bot. And for this to work, you need to make sure that the HTTP method is set to get, and then you can click connect. Great, our trigger is now connected. Now we're going to switch back to our flow. The important part is this token verification node. For the verified token, you can enter any value you want. Here we just filled in secret code. Take note of the verified token you use because we're going to be using that when we configure our webhooks in the meta dashboard. But before we do that, we need to ship our workflow. Now we just need to copy our workflow endpoint URL. And now I'm going to switch over to the meta dashboard. From here, I'm going to go to the WhatsApp product and then the configuration page. I already have a webhook configured here, but I am going to remove it and then we're going to add a new one. So in the callback URL, I'm going to paste my Buildship API endpoint URL. And then for the verified token, remember that we have it set to secret code. So I'm going to enter that here. And now we can click verify and save. We didn't get any error messages, so this means that our Buildship workflows are now authorized to start receiving events from our WhatsApp bot. The last thing we need to do here is specify which events we want to be forwarded to our Buildship flows. So we're going to scroll down here a bit and we're going to look for the messages field. And then we're just going to toggle unsubscribed to subscribed. And if you've made it to this part, then that means that for any new messages sent to your WhatsApp business phone number, those messages events will in turn be forwarded to your Buildship workflows. Now we can switch back to Buildship and start working on our main bot flow. Just like with our verification workflow, the first thing we'll need to do here is configure our WhatsApp bot trigger. The first and most important input we need to configure is the path input. Here we have it set to AI WhatsApp bot. If we were to connect our trigger with this path, then our WhatsApp bot wouldn't work. And this is because the path you specify here needs to be the exact path you specified in the verification flow. So we go to the REST API call trigger. You can see that the path we use is Buildship WhatsApp bot. This is an easy detail to miss, and if you miss this, you're going to be wondering why your WhatsApp bot is not receiving any messages events. So we're going to copy this path, then we're going to go back to our bot flow, go back to the trigger, and then we'll use that path here. And next, you want to make sure that the HTTP method you use is set to post. The last two inputs are for your app ID and app secret. To grab those values, you can go to the meta dashboard for your app and then go to app settings and go to the basic page. And here at the top, you'll find your app ID and app secret. From here, all you need to do is copy these values into Buildship, and then you should be good to go to connect the trigger. With our trigger now connected, we can start exploring the logic in our workflow. So we're going to switch back to the build tab. And at the first glance, this workflow might appear to be very complicated. There's a lot of nodes in here, a lot of condition branches, but don't panic because we're going to be going through this step by step for each type of message that our WhatsApp bot can handle. And like we showed in the beginning of the video, our WhatsApp bot will be able to handle text messages, images, audio, and then we're going to be also providing a default fallback if there's a type of message that we're not accounting for. After the trigger, the next node we have in our flow is this utility extract message node. We're using this node to extract key information from the message events we get back from Meta. This node will return the message type, the text, image ID, meme type, caption, audio ID, All of this information is important because we're going to be using them further down in our flow. After we've extracted the message information from the meta event, we have a branch node. Let's take a look at the condition being used here. We're checking if the has message Boolean field equals to true. Meta can sometimes send a number of events. We want to make sure that within those events, we have an actual message. And that's what we're doing here. If we have a message, this has message field will be set to true. If we don't have a message, then there's nothing for us to do. So we just want to early return out of this workflow. To do that, we just use the output node. If we do have a message, then the next thing we'll need to do is check what type of message it is. And to control the flow of our workflow based on the type of message we're getting, we're going to be using a switch node. And then below that, we have the conditions that we want to test against. So our first condition here is to check if the type of the message is a text message. Recall in our extract message node, we return the message type. In the isText condition, we're checking if the message type is equal to text. If it is equal to text, then this branch of our flow will execute. But we just can't pass the text message directly and generate a response, because remember that our bot can also generate images given a text prompt. So the first thing that we want to do is determine if the text message we're getting is to generate an image or not. There's a number of ways that you can do this in Buildship, but what we want to do is return this in a structured format. So we're going to use the OpenAI JSON generator node. If you don't have any OpenAI API keys or even have an OpenAI API account, then you can still use this node by opting to use the use credits option. When you do this, Buildship will allow you to use this node in exchange for your project credits. For the instructions, I'm just telling it to convert the input text into the JSON that I specify. The input text here will be the text that we get from the extract message node. And then we have a schema provided here. This is of type Boolean, and our field name will be is image gen prompt. If you're still confused why we're doing this, imagine we send a message, hello. This isn't a message to generate an image, so we expect to get back a false response here. As you can see, we do. Now, if I change this to generate an image of a duck, this time we get back true because this text is implying that we want to generate an image. And with that, we have a branch node that follows is image gen prompt. So this will check if the output of this JSON generator node is set to true. If it is set to true, that means that we want to generate an image and reply to the user with that image. And to do this, we're using the latest and greatest image generation model that OpenAI has to offer. And this is done using the OpenAI image generator node. If I expand the advanced settings here, the model we're using is GPT image 1. Interestingly, if you want to use this model, you first need to verify your OpenAI organization. But if you're like me and you don't want to go through any of that hassle, but still be able to use the GPT image 1 model, then instead of passing your own OpenAI API key, just go with the use credits option and you're going to be able to use this model without any issues. Now, once we generate our image, we want to upload that image to our Buildship storage. And then finally, we're using this autoresponder WhatsApp node. This node will respond back to the sender with the generated image. Now let's scroll back a bit up to our branch. And let's look at the else side. So if the message we receive is not to generate an image, that means that we want to generate text instead. There's a number of nodes that you can use to generate text in Buildship. Here we're using the Perplexity AI search node. Again, you can see that I'm opting for the use credits option here. Since we're using this particular node, we're going to be able to take advantage of Perplexity's web search tool to return up-to-date responses to the input we provide. In the case of the text message we send, we're passing that as the prompt here. And the final thing we're doing is using the same auto-respond node to reply back to the sender with our text response. Before I move on, there's one important detail that I almost forgot to mention. In order to use the autoresponder node to respond with WhatsApp messages, you need to enter your access token. When it comes to access tokens, Meta provides two options. If you're building in test mode, you have a temporary access token that is short-lived, which you can use to send messages to verified phone numbers. If you're building in a live environment like we are, you're going to want to use a permanent token. You can check out the guide linked in the description of this video to learn how to set up your own permanent token. And once you do that, make sure you add it to the autoresponder node. If you've made it this far, then we've looked at handling one mode of input, that being text, and two mode of outputs, one being images and the other being text. Now let's take a look at how our workflow reacts when we send an image message. This isImage condition is checking if the message type is equal to image. If it is, then the isImage branch of our workflow will be executed. And the first thing we need to do here is download that media image from the WhatsApp API. You can use this download media node. Just make sure you enter your WhatsApp access token, and then you need to provide a media ID that you want to download. We're grabbing the media ID from the extract message node. After we've downloaded the image, we can pass it to GPT Vision to analyze the image relative to the image caption we provide. Just like with the previous nodes we've been using, you can opt for the use credits option or specify your own API keys. We just provide a question here. The image may or may not contain a caption. If it does contain a caption, then we're going to use that as the question. Otherwise, we're just going to use this generic question that states to describe the given image. And for the image file, we're just using the output of the download media node. So this node will return the text relative to the image and question we provide. And after that, we're going to be using the autoresponder node yet again to reply back with the text we get from the GPT Vision node. Next, let's look at the third mode of input our workflow can handle, this being audio messages. We have a final condition in our switch that checks if the message type is equal to audio. If it is, again, we're going to download that media. Once we've downloaded the voice message, what we're going to want to do is convert that message to text. But in order to do that, since we're going to be using the OpenAI Whisper Speech to Text API, we need to first convert the format to MP3. This is because the Whisper Speech to Text API does not support the typical OGG format that WhatsApp uses for voice messages. After the download media node, we have a utility convert MP3 node. This takes in the audio file that we want to convert, which is the output of the download media node. And then this will return the converted audio in MP3 format. We can then use the Whisper Speech to Text node without any issues. At the time of this recording, there's no use credits option available for this particular node. So you're going to need to enter your OpenAI API key here. Then once you do that, you're going to want to specify the voice or audio file to convert to speech. For this, we're going to use the output of the convert to MP3 node. Then you can specify the response format and timestamp. This will take the voice message we send and convert it to text. Once we have the text equivalent of the voice message, we can do anything we want. But we're just going to stick with the Perplexity AI search node, and we're going to use this to generate a response based on the text. So for the prompt, we simply pass the transcription output. Then once we get back our text response from the Perplexity AI API, we're going to use the autoresponder node to send that back as a reply to the sender. That just about covers the types of messages our WhatsApp bot can handle. But in the rare event that we receive a message that we're not handling in our switch, we have a safeguard fallback. So if none of the conditions are met, then we're just going to reply back with a generic message to the user telling them that you're sending an unsupported message type. Please try again. I know that was quite a lot of explaining, but if you follow along to this extent of the video, then you too should have your very own WhatsApp bot or at the very least, the knowledge of how to build your own WhatsApp bot that is more than capable of handling not just text messages, but image messages as well as audio messages. Now we just need to breathe some life into our WhatsApp bot by shipping our workflow. And with our workflow now shipped, our WhatsApp bot is now ready for testing. So let's switch over to WhatsApp and we're going to start sending messages. We have our business phone number pulled up, and this time to start, we'll upload an image for Q&A. As the caption, I'll ask, what is the total? And after just a few seconds, our bot is telling us that the total in the receipt that we uploaded is $84. Next, let's test our bot by sending a voice message. Are there any new OpenAI updates that are interesting? This is so good. Sending voice notes to our bot is also working. There's two more modes of inputs that we need to test. Good old text message and image generation. Let's do the image generation first. I'm going to ask our bot to generate an image of a dog and cat hugging each other. Wow, isn't that adorable? And last but not least, we can send a text message. So I'm going to ask, what's the NBA scores from today? And here we get back our text reply as accurate as can be. We've went through in depth how this Buildship workflow that powers our multimodal WhatsApp bot works. We looked at how our workflow reacts for different types of messages. And just because we're going to end here, that doesn't mean that you have to. You can easily use this multimodal WhatsApp bot template to power your next big idea. Use this as a starting point for your own touches and remixes. And don't forget, you have at your fingertips Buildship's vast nodes library that you can use with integrations with popular APIs, AI models, databases, and so much more. And if you're looking to add a really custom or niche feature to your WhatsApp bot, don't forget that you can always do this by using Buildship's Build with AI features. Simply tell our AI the type of node that you want to create and have it generated in seconds. As always, if you have any feedback or recommendations for what you'd like to see us build next, please feel free to share them in the comments. And we're also interested to see what kind of WhatsApp bots you build using our multimodal template. So don't forget to share those as well. And that's all for this video. Until the next one, happy build shipping!